Hello and welcome to another edition of Sports Connection. I'm your host, Jason Dumas. It was a great night for football, and we have some even better highlights, so get comfy and thanks for letting us into your living room. We start out in Pennsylvania. Thank you, Carolyn, and what a difference a month makes. On September 18th, I was standing right here. The Redskins were 0-2. Their offense wasn't playing that well. Their quarterback was playing even worse, and the fans, they were panicking. But this is where you have to give head coach Jay Gruden some credit. He did not panic, and obviously that mindset rubbed off on his entire roster because a month later, the Redskins have won 4 straight games. They're now 4-2. Let me see what you got for me.
Going to be an honorary member of the Dog Pound.
Wow, would you look at that? As if my head isn't big enough. All right, I'm going to hand this to one of the Dog Pound members. And now once more, show me why you're the top fan. Now, we will have highlights of this game tonight, plus 8 other highlights across the 4 states. So Sports Connection 1130 is where you want to be. If you're wondering who are these dapper gentlemen all around me, they go by the Turgeonites, and they are the best college fan group in all of college basketball. Had a huge wake-up call on Saturday, and when I say wake-up call, I mean they got punched right in the mouth. The 38-14 loss to Penn State was Maryland's first loss of the season, and it reminded everyone that the Terps still have some work to do. And I'll just come out and say it, these two fan bases hate each other, but there's nothing wrong with that. It just adds a little spice for our Saturday. Like we just said, Shepherd All-American quarterback Jeff Ziemba sat out last week's game due to what was called an institutional situation. So you would think a team would take a step back when the school's all-time leader in passing yards has to take a seat. Well, backup quarterback Connor Jessup had other plans. At the end of the day, Maryland showed that resiliency that they have shown all season long, and it was a familiar combination. Grit is this time of the year, the time when you have to win conference and national championships, where Maryland has struggled. And I'm not going to lie, the fans are pretty anxious right about now. But what could put them to ease is a win this evening against Penn. It is quite fitting that these are the top 2 teams in the conference. We got UNC and we have UVA. Now, UNC, I don't have to talk them up too much. The name on the front of the jersey does most of that for them. But I do have some Snapple facts for you viewers at home. This is the 34th championship appearance for UNC, the most in ACC history. Now tonight they're looking to win their 18th ACC championship and first since 2008. Now, on the other side, UVA, they are looking to win their 3rd ACC championship tonight and 2nd in 3 years. And relive my glory years on the basketball court. But then that fun quickly turns into regret when I get shown up by an 11-year-old. Noah Cutler has gotten national recognition for his basketball moves. His skills are far and above his peers. And as you are about to see, they can even put a certain 26-year-old to shame. Here's Noah's story. You may recognize Noah Cutler from his video imitating NBA superstar Steph Curry. The video has gone viral with over 25,000 likes on Instagram, and it has been shared by national media outlets like the Bleacher Report and ESPN. But before becoming an internet sensation, the 11-year-old Leesburg, Virginia resident was just your typical preteen.
I was looking for something to do other than sit in the house, and my dad put me in a small upward league, and I started loving the game from there.
Ball's back over, so the ball's in your left hand.
Noah's father, Josh, who played basketball at the College of Charleston, says he never had to push basketball on his son.
Once we put the hoop up in the front yard, he would not come in. He'd stay out till the sun went down. If it was raining, we had to drag him inside. And his work ethic just continued to develop as he saw results. And once we put him into travel basketball, he really started to flourish.
Now, trust me, folks, I am nothing more than a washed-up high school point guard. But come on, I think I can do anything an 11-year-old can do on the basketball court. Okay, maybe I bit off a little more than I could chew. But there is certainly no shame in being schooled by a local celebrity. And Noah has taken his newfound fame in stride.
Yeah, I kind of like it a little bit, but it's crazy though.
We were at the mall here and just looking at shoes, and kids came up and said, hey, can we get a picture? And He's very humble about it. You know, he never brags. He's very, very low key, except for when he gets out on the court.
And when you ask him why he's traded video games and the jungle gym for early morning workouts, his response is quite simple.
That it'll all pay off someday.
In Leesburg, Virginia, I'm Jason Dumas, WHAG Sports.
And the best of luck to Noah. He's a nice kid. Now, switching gears back to high school. This Saturday, tomorrow night in D.C. on a Mayweather production undercard, a boxer from Hedgesville, West Virginia will make his pro debut. Keegan the Sandman Grove will also make history for the state of West Virginia, proving that big-time dreams from small-town kids can come true with a little bit of hard work. More so than any sport, boxing has a way of highlighting an athlete's discipline and work ethic, two qualities that Hedgesville native Keegan the Sandman Grove wears on his sleeve.
I get up at 5 in the morning and run 5 miles, and then I run twice a day, and then after school I run another 5 miles, and then in between that I do my training, and then I do 1,000 push-ups a day and 1,000 sit-ups and spar whenever I get the chance, you know, so it takes a lot of dedication.
It was that kind of work ethic that has allowed Keegan to become the first ever high school professional boxer in the state of West Virginia.
That went in 1 year, and that meant something to me at the point, but then it went out to the other year, and I just got to get back to hard work to make this pro debut successful.
Good man?
Yes, sir.
Clearly, Keegan is a humble kid, but his father is well aware of the history his son is making for the state of West Virginia.
Of course, I'm his dad, so I'm always going to think he's talented, but when I saw him working with, at like 15 years old, sparring pros that are like 20, 25 years old, and he's in there hanging with them, and then I knew that he was talented.
On April 30th, Keegan will miss his high school's prom to make his professional boxing debut, a moment that has been in the works since he was 8 years old.
This is where I've been putting my life all the way up to this point, so it's just going to mean a lot to me because I've been training to do this, and I'll finally be getting in the ring as a pro.
In Hedgesville, West Virginia, I'm Jason Dumas, WHAG Sports. If you were to put just $10, just $10 on Syracuse, and they actually pulled off the upset, you would walk home with $200. Now, take that as you want. Maybe if you want to get on the action, call your local bookie. Just don't call me if you lose. I can't help you at that point. People everywhere, the sun shining, not a cloud in the sky. But here in the Verizon Center, UVA is going to want to come in and make it rain. Now, those seniors that they're referring to, there's 12 of them. So it's obviously going to take a while for those guys to get over this. They've lost 3 championship games in 4 years. That is a tough pill to swallow. Hello and welcome to another edition of Sports Connection. I'm your host, Jason Dumas. Last time the Terps and the Orange met in a postseason matchup, it was littered with controversy. Maryland was called for 10 stalling warnings. 1996 was a great year. Celine Dion's Because You Loved Me was the Billboard's top hit, and I was a third grader still enjoying the luxuries of recess. 1996 was also the last time the Red Raiders won a postseason game